At least 5 people are dead and over a dozen injured after a bus crashed into a subway entrance in Moscow. The incident happened on Moscow's busiest road. The bus apparently left the roadway before heading down a busy stairway leading to the subway. 5 people have died. That included the passengers on the bus and pedestrians. 15 people were sent to hospital. The driver has been arrested. Police say it doesn't look like an act of terrorism at this time. And a bus crash in the Philippines has killed nearly 24 pilgrims, including several children thought to be from the same family. They were traveling in a small bus called a jeepney and heading toward an early morning service when it hit a larger bus. The driver of the jeepney and 19 passengers were killed. Passengers in the other bus suffered minor injuries. Factors in the collision remain unclear. A child has died along with 10 others after an explosion at a restaurant in the capital of Ecuador. It's believed a gas tank was the cause of the explosion. The force of the blast partially collapsing the building. It's not clear how many are injured. The major fire in California now 86% contained and could be extinguished by early January. The Thomas Fire is the largest wildfire in California history, scorching more than 280,000 acres since it began earlier this month. One firefighter has been killed battling the blaze. 1,600 structures have been destroyed. Future Duchess Meghan Markle making her first Christmas appearance with the royal family. Markle appeared alongside Prince Harry at the Queen's estate in Norfolk for the annual Christmas service. The Queen, Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge also in attendance. Last year, the Queen missed this service due to illness.
Tensions between the United States and North Korea escalated sharply in 2017. Fueled by North Korea's repeated missile tests and U.S. President Donald Trump's tough talk.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
Fulfilling a campaign promise, President Trump officially recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The announcement sparked violent protests and rebukes from several foreign leaders. The International Olympic Committee banned Russia from the 2018 Winter Olympics over what it calls systemic manipulation of anti-doping rules. But the committee said any Russian athletes who can prove they're clean can compete.
Oh my God.
Terror gripped the globe again in 2017 when 22 people were killed by a suicide bomb outside a pop concert at Manchester Arena in England. London suffered several terror attacks in 2017. In March, a man drove a car into pedestrians on Westminster Bridge, then stabbed a police officer to death at the entrance to Parliament. A total of 5 people were killed. There was a similar attack in June when 3 men drove a van into pedestrians on London Bridge, then went on a stabbing rampage through nearby bars, killing 8. Just 2 weeks later, a van drove into people outside a North London mosque, killing 1 person. Then in September, a bomb exploded on a commuter train in central London, injuring dozens of people.
That bag's on fire.
Spain also saw terror attacks in 2017. A van drove into a crowd of people in Barcelona in August, killing more than a dozen people. Another person was killed in a second attack hours later before police shot and killed 5 attackers. Also in Spain this year, a growing political divide as the people of Catalonia voted for independence. The Spanish government made an unprecedented move to impose direct rule over Catalonia, ousting the Catalan leader and charging several Catalan lawmakers with rebellion. A change in power led to jubilation in Zimbabwe. After nearly 4 decades as president, Robert Mugabe's power unraveled in just 2 weeks. He fired his vice president in an apparent attempt to put his wife in power. That led to a military takeover and his eventual resignation. And the VP he fired returned to lead the country. More than 500,000 Rohingya Muslims fled fighting in Myanmar, flooding into neighboring Bangladesh. The Myanmar government denies claims they are deliberately trying to wipe out the minority group. Mexico City was shaken by a 7.1 magnitude earthquake in September that killed more than 200 people. 2 months later, an even more devastating earthquake hit near the Iran-Iraq border. The 7.3 magnitude quake killed more than 500 people. That was the final time Big Ben will chime for 4 years, as the famous clock tower above Parliament is renovated. And 2 major announcements from the British royal family. A 3rd baby is on the way in 2018 for Prince William and Kate, and Prince Harry will tie the knot to American actress Meghan Markle. I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
The list is out for the most common passwords of 2017, and no, password didn't make the top spot, but the winner is just as bad. And millions of Canadians are gathering with their families for a Christmas meal today. But just how many turkeys will we be gobbling up? Richard Southern has the answer for you. Coming up, business is next on City.
This is the face that launched the Herbie Fund.
40 years ago, the Herbie Fund was born, and tonight our 5-part series begins with a look back at the story that caught the eye of Torontonians. That's coming up on City News.
Going the distance to save the lives of children.
The operation's going very well.
Watch for the Herbie Fund, a world of difference.
We'll take good care of them.
You be a good boy. All this week on City. Sponsored by Delta Airlines.